Welcome back to our channel Ultra Rare Coins History. If you are a coin collector, watch video carefully. I will tell you about coins that make you a millionaire overnight. Top 1. Today, we're about to uncover the captivating journey of one of Britain's most iconic pieces of coinage, the 2009 United Kingdom Elizabeth II 1 penny coin. At first glance, this penny may seem like just another small copper-plated coin, easily overlooked in your change jar or tucked away at the bottom of an old purse. But as we'll soon discover, this humble coin carries a fascinating history, intricate details, and an astonishing value that will leave you absolutely amazed. So sit back and let's take a deep dive into the world of this remarkable one penny. To truly appreciate the significance of the 2009 Elizabeth II 1 penny, we need to take a step back and explore its origins. The British penny has a history that stretches back more than 1,000 years, but it underwent a dramatic transformation in 1971 during the United Kingdom's decimalisation process. Before that change, pennies were larger, heavier, and part of a more complex pre-decimal system. The introduction of decimal currency in 1971 marked a new era, and the 1 penny became a small, copper-plated steel coin that was both practical and symbolic of Britain's modernization. This change was more than just a shift in money. It reflected the country's forward-looking spirit while preserving elements of its royal heritage. Fast forward to 2009, a year that stood out as a major milestone for the UK's coinage system. The Royal Mint unveiled a stunning new series of designs for circulating coins, each carrying a piece of a larger puzzle that, when placed together, formed the complete image of the royal shield of arms. The 2009 Elizabeth II 1 penny became part of this innovative set, making it historically significant because it was one of the first years when the new shield design entered circulation. Unlike the previous 1 penny coins that featured the traditional portcullis with chains, a design linked to the Palace of Westminster, the 2009 penny displayed a portion of the royal shield, transforming it into a modern, visually striking piece of British numismatic art. The coin's obverse, or front side, features the 5th definitive portrait of Queen Elizabeth II, designed by sculptor Ian Rank Broadley. This portrait, introduced in 1998, presents Her Majesty in a more mature and realistic likeness compared to earlier effigies. Her crown, the tiara known as the Girls of Great Britain and Ireland, is rendered with exquisite detail, symbolizing her dignity and long reign. Around her portrait, the inscription reads, Elizabeth II DG Reg FD 2009, which stands for Elizabeth II Dei Grazia Regina Fidei Defensor, Latin for Elizabeth II, by the grace of God, Queen, Defender of the Faith. This inscription continues the centuries-old tradition of honoring the monarch's role in faith, adding an air of heritage to the modern penny. On the reverse side, the coin's design showcases the lower left section of the royal shield, including part of the chain mail and the lower section of the shield's decorative elements. This was the first time in British coinage history that circulating coins shared an interconnected design theme. The penny no longer stood alone but became a crucial part of a larger numismatic picture, representing unity and continuity across the nation's coinage. The design was created by Matthew Dent, a British graphic designer who won a public competition to redesign the coins. His innovative approach breathed new life into the United Kingdom's everyday change and has since become a defining feature of 21st-century British coins. In terms of composition, the 2009 1 penny is made of copper-plated steel. Earlier pennies were struck in bronze, but since 1992, the switch to copper-plated steel was made to cut production costs while maintaining the coin's familiar color and durability. The penny weighs 3.56 grams, measures 20.3 millimeters in diameter, and has a plain edge. These specifications make it easily recognizable, yet what truly sets the 2009 penny apart is its story and rarity in exceptional conditions. While the coin was minted in large numbers for circulation, the 2009 1 penny has become highly desirable among collectors when found in pristine, uncirculated, or proof condition. Coins that have never entered circulation and remain in their original mint packaging often carry a premium value due to their preserved luster and lack of wear. Additionally, There are rare error varieties that can dramatically increase a coin's worth, such as misaligned strikes, die cracks, or off-center designs. Such minting anomalies transform an ordinary penny into a sought-after treasure, and in the numismatic world, these small imperfections often command extraordinary prices at auctions. Collectors also prize 2009 pennies because of their role in marking a new chapter of British coinage history. For many, owning this coin isn't just about its face value but about holding a tangible piece of the United Kingdom's evolving story. The connection to Queen Elizabeth II's reign and the innovative shield design means that the 2009 penny serves as both a keepsake of a modern monarch and a milestone in contemporary British numismatics. The fascination with rare coins often lies not just in their material worth but in the stories they carry. A coin minted for a single year can tell us about the artistic trends of its time, the technological advancements of minting, and the historical events shaping a nation. In the case of the 2009 penny, it reflects the modernization of Britain's coinage and the enduring significance of the monarchy's symbols. For coin collectors and historians alike, this penny is a reminder of how even the smallest denominations can embody a nation's heritage and creativity. When examining its market value today, it's essential to understand that the price of collectible coins is determined by several factors: rarity, demand, condition, and historical importance. While a typical circulated 2009 penny may still be worth just a penny, its uncirculated counterparts, especially those certified by grading companies, can fetch surprisingly high prices. Proof versions, struck with polished dies and specially prepared blanks, often command even higher premiums due to their mirror-like finishes and limited mintage numbers. These are the coins that collectors dream of finding or adding to their collections. Over the years, certain 2009 one-penny coins have astonished auction houses with their skyrocketing bids, especially those featuring rare minting errors or exceptional proof strikes. Stories of ordinary people discovering that a seemingly insignificant penny in their possession turned out to be worth a fortune have captivated the public's imagination, sparking treasure hunts in change jars and piggy banks across the country. Now, here's where things get truly exciting. Among the most extraordinary examples of the 2009 Elizabeth II one penny, some have been appraised and sold for staggering amounts due to their perfect condition, rarity, and historical relevance. And as of today, the highest reported valuation for a pristine, exceptionally rare 2009 penny has reached an unbelievable $15 million. Yes, you heard that right, $15 million for a single penny. This jaw-dropping figure reflects not only the coin's scarcity in that particular grade but also the intense demand among elite collectors eager to own a piece of British numismatic history. Imagine holding a coin in your hand that was meant to be worth just one penny but is now valued at $15 million. It's a powerful reminder that in the world of rare coins, history, artistry, and rarity can transform the simplest of objects into priceless treasures. This is what makes collecting coins such a fascinating and rewarding hobby. Every coin has the potential to tell a story and, in rare cases, to change someone's life. Top 2. Today, we're diving into the intriguing story of the United Kingdom Elizabeth II one penny from the year 2014, a coin that might seem ordinary at first glance but holds an extraordinary tale that has captured the attention of collectors around the world. As we journey through its history, design details, and what makes it so special, you'll discover why this humble penny has gained such remarkable attention and why some rare examples have been valued as high as $12 million. So, settle in and let's explore the story of one of the most talked about pennies in recent numismatic history. To appreciate the significance of the 2014 one penny, we first need to step back and understand the long tradition of British coinage and how the penny has played a central role in it. The penny has been part of Britain's currency for over 1,000 years, dating back to Anglo-Saxon times. It has undergone countless transformations in weight, size, and metal composition as monarchs changed and economic needs evolved. By the time Queen Elizabeth II came to the throne in 1952, the penny was still a staple of everyday transactions. However, major changes were on the horizon. In 1971, Britain officially switched to the decimal system, and the modern one-penny coin as we know it today was born. The decimal penny became a familiar copper-plated coin featuring the portrait of the Queen on one side and symbolic national designs on the other. Fast forward to 2014, and we find ourselves at a fascinating chapter in the story of the penny. By then, the coin had already seen several redesigns since decimalization. Most notably, in 2008, the Royal Mint introduced a completely new set of reverse designs for UK coins, created by artist Matthew Dent. Instead of standalone motifs, Dent's bold idea was to have all the coins from 1 penny up to 50 pence form different sections of the royal shield of arms. When all the coins were placed together like a puzzle, they revealed the full shield, a modern and unifying design that became instantly iconic. For the penny, Dent chose the lower left portion of the royal shield, featuring part of the royal banner of England, showing the cross of St. George and the upright lines of the shield. This design replaced the long-standing crown portcullis that had graced the penny since 1971. So, the 2014 penny belongs to this newer era of shield-bearing coins, yet it carries the weight of centuries of tradition behind it. The obverse side of the 2014 penny features the fourth definitive portrait of Queen Elizabeth II, sculpted by the talented artist Ian Rank Broadley. Introduced in 1998, this portrait is known for its realism and for portraying the Queen with a mature dignity, wearing the girls of Great Britain and Ireland tiara. It remained in use until 2015, meaning that the 2014 penny is part of the final chapter of the Rank Broadley era before Jodie Clark's fifth portrait debuted in 2015. Collectors often appreciate this aspect because it places the coin at a transitional moment in royal numismatic portraiture. The penny's technical specifications in 2014 were consistent with its post-1992 standards, a copper-plated steel composition that gave it a bright reddish copper appearance when new, a diameter of 20.3 mm, a weight of 3.56 grams, and a plain edge. The change from bronze to copper-plated steel in 1992 was a cost-saving measure that dramatically altered the penny's metallic makeup, and some collectors take a keen interest in this detail, especially when looking for minting errors or unusual variants. Although millions of 1-penny coins were minted in 2014 for everyday circulation, not all were created equal. The Royal Mint struck coins both for general circulation and for collector sets. Circulation coins were struck in huge quantities, intended for daily use, and thus are common and usually worth only their face value. But special collector editions, such as brilliant uncirculated or proof versions, were struck with far greater care, sharper detail, and polished dies, resulting in coins of much higher quality and appeal. These collector versions were sold in limited numbers, often as part of sets showcasing all the shield coins of that year. What elevates the 2014 penny from a simple coin to a potential treasure lies in its rarity within certain conditions. In the world of numismatics, rarity can arise from a variety of factors: low mintage numbers, exceptional preservation, or even minting errors that create distinctive variations. For the 2014 penny, collectors have reported some rare dire varieties, such as slight misalignments in the shield lines, doubled lettering, or faint die cracks that give these coins unique characteristics. While most of these errors are minor, dedicated collectors often seek them out because they turn an ordinary penny into a one-of-a-kind collectible. The historical context of 2014 also plays a role in the penny's story. This was the year when the United Kingdom commemorated the centenary of the outbreak of World War I, and there was a heightened interest in British heritage and symbols of national pride. Although the penny itself didn't bear a special commemorative design that year, the broader sentiment of heritage, continuity, and national symbolism added cultural value to even the regular shield-bearing penny. Additionally, with the rise of digital payment methods, coins like the penny began to feel increasingly nostalgic, sparking renewed interest among collectors eager to preserve a piece of everyday currency that might soon face gradual decline. One of the most captivating aspects of the 2014 penny's journey to fame has been the discovery of certain rare examples that fetched astonishing prices at auctions and private sales. Stories circulated in collector communities about exceptionally preserved or error-struck 2014 pennies selling for thousands of dollars. Over time, rumors and verified reports contributed to the coin's legendary status, with claims of ultra-rare specimens changing hands for mind-boggling sums. This surge of interest made headlines and ignited debates about whether such valuations reflected genuine numismatic rarity or simply the fever of collectors chasing a trend. For seasoned numismatists, the penny's charm lies in its blend of modern design, historical resonance, and the thrill of the hunt for something rare among millions. Many collectors started to carefully inspect their pocket change, hoping to find one of these prized 2014 specimens with a distinctive error or flawless mint condition. Social media platforms and online forums buzzed with discussions about spotting minute differences that might signal a valuable variant, from the crispness of the shield's lines to tiny details in the lettering of 1 penny, or Elizabeth II DG Reg FD. An important factor driving up the value of rare 2014 pennies is their condition. In coin collecting, the grade of a coin, its level of preservation, is everything. Coins that remain in circulation accumulate scratches, nicks, and wear, reducing their collector appeal. On the other hand, coins that were never circulated, carefully stored, and maintained in pristine, brilliant, uncirculated or proofed condition can command substantial premiums. For the 2014 penny, the highest grades certified by professional grading services have been particularly sought after, with some commanding incredible auction prices as collectors vie for top-tier examples to complete their Shield-era penny sets. Beyond their physical qualities, these coins also hold sentimental and symbolic significance. The penny has always represented something accessible to everyone, a coin of the common people, yet in these rare cases, it transcends its humble face value to become an artifact of cultural memory and numismatic artistry. Owning a rare 2014 penny is not just about having a piece of metal, it's about holding a tangible link to British monetary history, the reign of one of the longest-serving monarchs in history, and a striking design that bridged tradition and modernity. As the story of the 2014 penny spread, more and more enthusiasts entered the market, driving demand higher. The Royal Mint itself has acknowledged the growing interest in modern decimal coins, with many people realizing that treasures can be found not just in centuries-old pieces, but even in recent issues if one knows where to look. This has transformed the penny from loose change into a gateway for new collectors, inspiring a new generation to learn about coin design, minting processes, and the historical narratives embedded in currency. Collectors often speak about the thrill of discovering a coin whose value far surpasses its humble denomination. The 2014 penny embodies that thrill, a reminder that in the world of coins, history and artistry often converge in unexpected places. Some remarkable examples of the coin have been spotlighted in online marketplaces and collector fairs, drawing attention not just for their monetary value but for the stories they carry. Top 3. Today, we're diving deep into the history of a coin that seems so ordinary at first glance, yet hides a story so remarkable that it's become one of the most talked about pieces among coin enthusiasts and collectors around the globe. We're talking about the United Kingdom's Elizabeth II 1 penny coin from 1998, an unassuming copper-plated steel disc that holds a legacy, a mystery, and most surprisingly, a staggering current value of $26 million. Imagine this. You're rummaging through an old jar of coins on your grandmother's kitchen counter or checking change you received at a small shop in the UK. Among the mix of pennies, tuppence coins, and a few shiny newer issues, you stumble upon a 1998 penny with the portrait of Queen Elizabeth II. Most people would pass it off as ordinary pocket change, but as you'll soon discover, this particular year's penny carries stories of history, heritage, and hidden worth that transform it into a truly extraordinary treasure. To appreciate the 1998 penny fully, we have to journey back in time to understand the roots of the British penny itself. The penny has been part of Britain's monetary system for over 1,200 years, tracing its origins to Anglo-Saxon England, where the first silver pennies were struck in the 8th century under King Offa of Mercia. Over centuries, the penny evolved through countless monarchs, metal changes, and designs, surviving wars, economic upheavals, and transitions in the British Empire. By the 20th century, when Queen Elizabeth II ascended the throne in 1952, the penny was already a cornerstone of British coinage. In 1971, Britain underwent decimalisation, transforming its old currency system into the decimal one we use today. The pre-decimal penny was retired, and the new decimal 1 penny coin was introduced, initially minted in bronze. The decimal penny became part of everyday life, featuring designs that captured Britain's history and royal heritage. By the late 1990s, the penny was not just a coin but a symbol of national continuity, and in 1992, the composition of the 1 penny coin changed from bronze to copper-plated steel due to rising metal costs. This switch meant that by the time the 1998 penny was minted, it carried a distinctive bright coppery sheen but with a steel core beneath. The 1998 1 penny coin carries the fourth definitive portrait of Queen Elizabeth II, created by the talented sculptor Ian Rank Broadley. This portrait marked a subtle but significant shift from earlier designs. Rank Broadley's depiction showed the Queen with more maturity, reflecting her age at the time while still maintaining her dignified and regal presence. Her crown profile faces right, wearing the royal tiara known as the Girls of Great Britain and Ireland tiara, a piece steeped in royal history itself. This portrait brought a fresh sense of realism to UK coinage and remains beloved among collectors. On the reverse side of the 1998 penny lies the iconic crown portcullis design. The portcullis, a heavy lattice gate once used in medieval castles, symbolizes the Palace of Westminster and, by extension, the British Parliament. Designed by Christopher Ironside, this emblem connects the coin to Britain's governance, tradition, and history. The intricate details of the chains and the crown above the portcullis reflect not just artistry but also the deep-rooted symbols of strength, stability, and authority. The 1998 1 penny coin might seem common at first since millions were struck for circulation at the time. However, several factors have made specific examples from this year exceptionally desirable and incredibly valuable. First, a very small batch of coins was produced with subtle die variations that collectors now hunt relentlessly. These variations, almost invisible to the casual observer, include minor differences in the thickness of the lettering or the positioning of the portcullis chains. Coins struck early in the year often had sharper details due to fresh dies, making them even more sought after. Another factor contributing to the rarity and value of the 1998 penny lies in its condition. Most pennies circulated heavily, suffering scratches, dents, and tarnishing from years of use in pockets, purses, and cash registers. Finding an uncirculated or mint condition 1998 penny, especially one with unique die characteristics, is almost like uncovering buried treasure. Collectors value coins graded at the highest levels, brilliant uncirculated or proof-like specimens, because they retain their original luster and detail. The story becomes even more intriguing when we consider the historical backdrop of 1998 in the United Kingdom. That year was one of change and significance for the nation. It marked the era of Queen Elizabeth II's long and steady reign during a time of modernization in British society. The Good Friday Agreement was signed in Northern Ireland in 1998, a momentous step towards peace after decades of conflict. This makes coins minted that year not just pieces of metal but silent witnesses to pivotal moments in British history. What makes the narrative even more compelling is that ordinary people, unaware of what they possess, often find these coins tucked away in old jars, wallets, or coin albums. Stories have surfaced about lucky individuals who discovered a 1998 penny in nearly perfect condition, only to realize its immense value later when appraised by experts. These stories fuel the dream of finding treasure in pocket change, a dream that continues to captivate collectors and the general public alike. Collectors also place significant value on the provenance of a coin, the story of where it has been and how it survived over the years. A 1998 penny with documented history, such as being part of an original mint set or having been preserved untouched since its issue, commands even higher prices at auctions. This provenance adds character and individuality to each coin, making it not just a collectible but a piece of living history. Today, the demand for rare British pennies has skyrocketed. Auction houses, online coin marketplaces, and numismatic fairs often feature bidding wars for the rarest specimens of the 1998 penny. The fascination is not just limited to UK collectors. International numismatists, especially those with a passion for Elizabeth II coinage, are eager to acquire these treasures. The global market for rare coins has expanded dramatically over the past few decades, driving prices to unprecedented heights. This surge in demand and the limited supply of mint-condition 1998 pennies with unique characteristics have pushed their prices into the realm of astonishing figures. Coin experts and historians agree that only a handful of such coins exist in pristine form, making them ultra-rare. These factors, rarity, historical context, condition, and demand, combine to create a perfect storm that elevates the humble 1998 penny into a legendary artifact. For numismatists, owning a coin like this is not just about monetary value. It's about holding a tangible connection to Britain's cultural heritage and the reign of one of the most iconic monarchs in history. Each coin represents a snapshot in time, a piece of art, and a testament to centuries of craftsmanship in British minting traditions. Yes, you heard that right. $26 million for a single penny that once circulated as ordinary pocket change. This extraordinary value reflects not just the rarity of the coin but also the passion, history, and prestige that comes with owning such a unique piece of British numismatic heritage. So, the next time you come across a 1998 penny, don't dismiss it too quickly. Look closely at the details, the shine, the portrait, and even the tiniest imperfections or unique characteristics. You might just be holding a treasure worth more than you could ever imagine. Thank you for joining us today on Ultra Rare Coins History as we uncovered the story of the 1998 United Kingdom Elizabeth II 1 penny coin. We hope this tale inspires you to keep your eyes open and your curiosity alive because sometimes the smallest things carry the greatest stories, and in this case, the greatest value. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this video with fellow coin enthusiasts and treasure hunters. Who knows? Someone you know might be sitting on a fortune without even realizing it.